Alright, we got a Blursed seed submission here from Draco. Doors Dining Versus. So this is going to be Phoenix with Witchweave and Entropy. Oh, Entropy is just the worst, but I suppose this combo can be good. Definitely a lot of ceiling to be had. So we'll give it a shot here. Looks like Alvin Singh and Lyric Hill have already beaten it here. Dominion, Siphon Archeon, and the Slave, or the variant that just never have to really worry about. Slay, you just gotta remember that it is Slay and not give it like a train steward or something. Because I feel like so few, runs these days, or in Monster Train 2, really revolve around like spamming an endless token unit or something. The long gone, for me at least, are the days of spamming a fledgling imp in front. I can't remember the last time I did a run where I scaled myself that way. So we're starting with Greed Dragon, but no eggs, but we could get the egg path for Phoenix, which we would definitely prefer here with the Greed Dragon start. We got Meddler, which won't do anything in Ring 1. It's one of the worst Ring 1 cards to have, but it at least opens up some options later on. And then Lava Flow, which is okay in the first ring for sure. Alright. Okay, and I do really like Overlord, but, given that we got the Greed Dragon, this makes sense to do Golden Crown. So we may as well put her up top to Phoenix so we can get, well, I guess there's no, it doesn't matter actually. You can only get 2, I believe, no matter what, because it's a 3 cooldown. So, yeah, you would be 1 short, even if you do it turn 1 onto like your own unit up top or something. So you might as well put him bottom, I feel. Just so you can get that Pyrogel going on the boss early. But we'll see. Fyrus Inferno does have a hit with Greed Dragon. So probably just do that. The housing obviously is very good with the Greed Dragon too. But it doesn't do anything now, and it won't do anything unless I'm going to spam Merchants of Steels, which certainly could happen. I'm looking through the steals here, and obviously the last 2 are pretty automatic. This one here is debatable. The Vortex is the best node here, but Merchant of Arms just kind of sucks, and especially, I don't know, Merchant of Arms Ring 5 seems to really suck, and I can't really explain why. That's just how I have felt every time I visit a Ring 5 Merchant of Arms. It's like literally the worst ring for the arms, I feel. Just right before the boss, but I don't know. It's like, it's too late, I guess, to build around anything with the arms, usually. So it's almost like getting a banner unit that late, you know what I mean? Whereas like a steel is just enhancing what you already have. The arms isn't really doing that. The arms is like, it's really unique in that sense, where it's like you're adding new stuff. It may or may not fit, and most of the time it won't, but that's just my experience. Tangent aside, the steals do look pretty good. I could definitely hit the first 2, and I could certainly hit the last 2, and then maybe that one. It's quite a lot of them. We're probably getting through the first fight. We got a Phoenix and a Greed Dragon and these Lava Flows and Fire Starters. Even the Witchweave can be okay. So do I really need a Fyrus Inferno? Another way you could look at this is like, since I can get an extra upgrade, I'm almost certainly going to with this map. Even if I don't get an ideal upgrade, let's say I low roll every single steal, I never get a super good upgrade. Even then, getting a minor upgrade is probably better than 5 Pyrogel on strike. I would say. personally. So probably housing. Titan Skin 1 should be fine here. It does mean our Witch Waves become useless, and that the first Firestarter hit doesn't do anything to the things in the back, though. But I think that's still fine. So I do think we go bottom here. I could wait on the Greed Dragon, honestly. Even if I can get one egg on it, that's probably worth waiting on. So let's hold some space up top for him. So let's hit it at the first one here. Let's see, we got 6 by 3. I kind of want to save Lava Flow for the boss. So let's do that. Right, obviously that happens. If I put this here, it dies the turn after, which I think is fine. Then I can always like potentially just kill him too. I thought this some health. We really just don't need to play Vengeful Shards. Of course, if I do that, it doesn't do anything, so it's probably better served there. I still am gonna save this. I want the boss to get Lava Flow. Okay, we did draw this turn. I don't think we wait on the Greed Dragon. Well, let me think. Am I guaranteed to redraw it? So I can get another 10 out of it. So if I play these out, then I'm down to 17 cards. I will draw 4 of the 17 next turn, and then 12 beyond that. So there's a chance I could bottom deck Greed Dragon. It's a 1 out of 17 chance. That's probably not worth taking, honestly. Now, do I want to put 2 Meddlers up here with him, or 1 Spear Steward? I think 1 Spear Steward. Could put a Meddler behind here, probably is fine. We would do some damage. That guy's not dying. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd like to not take that damage, but I also don't want this guy to kill me. Which, I don't know, maybe he could do. I just need an extra 36. So, what are you healing for? 15, so 15 plus 31 is 46. I have to do... Yeah, I just can't do enough damage. So I guess this goes here. Let's see, 14 and then 12. So that is 26. If I just heal myself once, that's an extra hit. So that's good. I can't really do anything with this Shield Steward. Yeah, this can't die, so I could just hit you then at this point. Maybe I should have went for the thing. For the 1 out of 17 bottom deck. This guy's dying up here, right? I mean, it's like he'll have only 8 attack at the point he comes up. There's no way he can kill me, right? I mean, I'll do some quick math. 8. So I go down. I mean, can I even kill this guy is a question. So it doesn't look like it because I'm doing 29 plus 13. 30 2 damage. Yeah, I'm not killing that. So we might as well just hit this guy. Take another 4 here. Actually, I'll take more than 4. I guess I could have factored that in too. I was actually so far under. Alright, he's dead, but... So, maybe I should have tried harder to kill those tanks, I guess. I'm just not... you know... I think I have a line on where a game becomes unfun to me. And it's why I prefer this so much over Slay the Spire. Is like I feel like in Slay Spire, Act 20 with the Heart, on most runs, you'd really have to calculate that type of turnout to min-max it. And I like that in Monster Train you just don't really have to. I mean, you could, but most of the time it's like you're fine. And I don't know, I like that. I like obviously you have the option to go hard on that if you want, but I also just like that it's not required for most of these runs. Could do Golden Touch. I mean, I do think we're setting and forgetting, even though it is kind of weird to do that with Conjure Phoenix, but it's not weird when you have a Firestone Housing and a Greed Dragon. So, like, I could take Golden Touch if I want to accelerate. If I was up against, like, Fleshweaver, maybe that's more of a play to make, but since we're not up against Fleshweaver, I think we just take the Pyreball, maybe. It does have that big hit, and, you know, we might end up with Conduit, and it's certainly good with Conduit, so we'll take that. Ooh, there's a head of curve unit. I really miss when there was a point in beta when this unit was a banner unit, and it was like the best Luna banner unit. I freaking loved it. It was particularly good when you're not Witchweave, of course, but with the others, it's just like, I don't know. It was such a easy way to know that you're just going to have Conduit on a run. But yeah, it's a rough take, I think, especially when you're Witchweave, when it's not a banner unit, you know, and it has a calcify number. It's certainly not the best way to get Conduit. Celestial Storm, Starstruck. I don't know. Starstruck is definitely something I should take, I think, since I have Meddler. I'm just wondering if Celestial Storm is better, because we obviously don't have any Conduit now, so it's a completely speculative pick. I don't know, I think the Pyreball... If I get Conduit, I got Pyreball anyway, so probably no on the Celestial Storm. Probably just take the Starstruck. We're pretty much guaranteed to have it dazed, as long as I'm keeping one of those things protected. Alright, so we obviously want to go left. Alright, Smidge Stone. Definitely open to that. Titanite. Hopefully we can get a tank. That's a tank. That's a Lunar Priestess, though. That is a way to get Conduit, but not great Conduit. That's more for the Moon phase, I would say. But it certainly is some Conduit. Shade Guard. We can also keep in New Moon most of the time because the Meddlers. If I can get 2 Meddlers down. Seems like we're going to be running a hodgepodge of floors for a while anyway, and I think Shade Guard is just what we need. I mean, the Greed Dragon will take over the game at some point. I think a Smidge Stone is definitely worth considering. It's... Because I can get... Yeah, if I can get both of these, I think it makes sense. Let's just go Titanite on the Shade Guard then. And Smidge Stone here. We still want to hold out for Endless if we can find it, so I don't want to take the Titanite on Greed Dragon right now. It's also just probably stronger on my Shade Guard at this point. Pyre Dampener, that kind of sucks because I got 2 cost units, but it's okay. We'll just start with the Shade Guard and it should be fine. Still going to put Phoenix at the bottom, and I guess we'll put Shade Guard at the... We'll actually put him mid, I think. No, not with Quicksilver Cherubs. Or do I just put this? Nah. Yeah, we'll take Shade Guard. I just don't think we're going to need Great Dragon for this fight, so he's just not going to go down. I could have maybe saved mid for him, but I'd rather just... well, I probably should just put... I don't know. I'm not going to say that I did that turn necessarily the best. I'll let them go up. I think I just want this to protect him, and I want the Meddler protected by the Shade Guards. I think we're okay playing this. I don't need to save it for the boss or anything. You know what? Nah, let's hit him. Okay, I need to remember to end on New Moon with this dude. I just want him to get hit once. Not even once is fine, yeah. Fireball on the worst fucking turn for it, but that's okay. I guess we could just play it top. Ah, I'm such an idiot. I didn't do my ability last turn. Okay. I did say you can play sloppy, but let's not play so purposely sloppy, you know. Let's try a little bit here. Alright, remember to get the New Moon, I swear. Alright, there's our Greed Dragon. We obviously can't play it, so... I think this is gonna be good enough, right? So we'll have New Moon again. Let's hit... You're dying, right? Okay, so let's hit you. Not doing a whole lot of damage. Alright, you're dead, so let's just not take any damage. Alchemy, we'll be at 8 soon enough. Mind Cage is still good though for the ability. I wouldn't mind flexing, by the way, into another path at this point, because we just... The Conjure will eventually gain us some gold though, but so maybe Mind Cage is still better for that, but either way it's Mind Cage here for sure. That's just really useful on that champion. Well, Phase Blessing is completely speculative pick here. We have no conduit. We're past the point of getting like a really easy conduit, because the easiest conduit would have been found right here, which would have been the Pixie, but Moon Pixie. Not to say we're still not unable to get conduit, but it's much less likely to get good conduit. We could still end up with like decent amounts of conduit with like a planetarium, for example. I could see then it's not unlikely that we'd have like 3 units on the floor, since we got the 1 pip units to go along with our tanks. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. Ooh. This is actually the dumbest I've been in a while. Of course it has to be when I'm recording a video. Well, too bad. I guess I can't show, like, I can't show you at my best sometimes, but, you know, here I am at whatever I am now. And apparently I forgot that I smidge-stoned, you know, I forgot that I spent 100 gold to smidge-stone this thing, and I totally could have just played it in that last fight. I kept thinking it was 3 pip. So we need to pull it together here is what I'm trying to say. But, you know, gravity does give us some overstack capability. If I don't get Endless on the Greed Dragon, I will say defense is not necessarily solved. So, like, Phase Blessing could still be good. Whereas Bloody Moon isn't, like, solving any problems for me. It's just adding some value. Gravity is just for overstack potential. It has a little bit of help, obviously, sometimes to descend the units, but the enemy units. But I don't know. I think still, just even with a middling amount of conduit, which we could end up with, I think it's a phase blessing. I mean, if I hit Merchant of Magics, I can just put +10 on it, and then it's fine too. Like I could see myself hitting this Merchant of Magic. It's not a great trinket combo, in my opinion. We might want that health too. So yeah, especially, I don't know. We don't necessarily line up a whole lot of. I mean, we might hit a lot of health on this run, but you know, phase blessing is just calling out to me here. I'm gonna go with it. I think we still keep trying to make use of Greed Dragon. You know, we want Endless and Multi-Strike. Those are going to be the biggest ones. But I would say Titanite. I would be willing at this point to settle for a Titanite just because, like, I may need it to get through to the next steel. You know, because there's no steel in between then. That's a big stretch. And I need to add some sort of value, but I think we're pretty much guaranteed to find it here, and the Pyroborn banner might be good too. You know, you never know. Some of them, Miser, whatnot, are just fine to add. We could just take another Greed Dragon if one is offered, so I think I like the left here. Alright, there's a Multi-Strike. That's almost certainly going on it. And it was Titanite. We could take Guildmonger to help get our eggs long. I don't think that makes much sense. We could take, plus it only really benefits from an endless upgrade, which is already priority given to Greed Dragon. I think we're just going to put the Multi-Strike on the Greed Dragon. It was really cheap though, it was $80, huh? Magma Mauler. I mean, I don't know that we hold out for Endless at this point on the Greed Dragon. I mean, there's a lot of, there's not actually that many dupes. You know, I was going to say, it's the minimum amount of dupes in there as late as possible, so, like, it's pushing me more toward thinking maybe, I think I could have afford the Titanite and the Multi-Strike both, is what I'm saying, because I'm pretty sure it was like $80. And if that's the case, any amount of gold for the other one, I think 110 is the max. So I don't need to skip this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If I want to put Titanite and Multi on the Greed Dragon, which I'm pretty sure I do, it would feel a lot better if I had some more dupes on the map. It seems like Endless becomes more valuable, particularly when you don't have many of the Greed Dragons, right? Because I can get by with just one summon on them at 8 eggs and Multi-Strike if there's a bunch of them on the floor, right? But if I can only get 3 total, that's iffy. But it's still probably fine. I mean, at the very least, they can frontline each floor, and I can try to get other stuff going on those floors. I mean, we do have the Meddlers and the Shade Guard, for example. And the other route I could go is put the Multi on Shade Guard, which would be kind of weird. But it is probably more powerful into the bosses to some degree. But I don't know. I think even if like a New Moon room is found, I think if a New Moon, the Eclipse room is found, the Multi might actually be better there. But I could similarly say that if other various things are found for Pyroborn, the Greed Dragon could still be better. So I think we still build thinking about Greed Dragon. I think maybe we take the Magma Mauler. I'm just thinking, like, I need to probably pack these floors with value. And Magma Mauler is value. I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. Actually, it was pretty close to max price there. So for sure we know we're doing Multi here. It's the rest I'm not sure about. How many Alcos do we think I'm hitting? Because I got this one. Don't think I hit that one. There's actually not many alcoves on the map. So there's just that one. And then this ring 7, which I'm obviously not hitting the ring 7 with that Empyrean wall up there. So there's not many alcoves, because I'm probably not hitting that one. It's probably just one alcove. I'm just trying to think, like, what are the chances of me overstacking the units upgrade anyway? If at that point I would be sad that I didn't take the Titan Stone. Kind of do feel we just take it here. It can't be that bad. I mean, I've gotten by with Greed Dragon without Endless plenty times before. It should be no different. It just sucks that it's like minimal amount of dupes and like super late dupes. That's the part that has me questioning this play. But we'll see. Ooh, Richie Garfield. Richie Garfield. I don't have anything good here, unfortunately. If I'm being honest. Like, no way am I putting my Greed Dragon in a Jack-in-the-Box and waiting potentially till the 4th turn to get the thing to pop. No way am I doing that. Similarly, I obviously wouldn't want it with a Shade Guard. I mean, I still probably could make use of it, though, if I'm putting double Meddler in, like, a Spear Steward, or I guess a Magma Muller would make more sense. Yeah, so I guess I could put Magma Muller and 2 Meddlers in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That is, and you know, as much as I like large mystery box, there is some downside with the Pyre of Entropy, because that means that you're drawing one less card a turn once you get to max amount of draw, and that becomes even more of an issue into the Titan fight, which is where this Pyre struggles the most, I feel, because you're already down a draw because of the Dominion effect. Then you're down another draw with a large mystery box, and then you're like, oh, I'm Pyre of Entropy, so I'm doing way small damage to Dominion. So it's going to be a long fight. And then also, you have, you know, all these Vengeful Shards in your deck. And there's no real way to counter those other than to make a fat deck, which is not necessarily, I don't know that that's the best answer. I don't think it's a great answer to Pyre of Entropy to just fill your deck with junk. Now, if you get a bunch of good picks, sure, fill your deck up with really good stuff. But, like, you know, if it's just offering me, like, more Pyre Balls or something, am I really going to keep adding Pyre Balls, for example? But, I don't know, getting on tangents here, but I don't think I have a small gift box that I can put together that's really all that good here. I think since we have a pretty good use case here, it's basically making our Meddlers priority draw, since 2 out of 3 times they will be priority draw, and if not, then they're coming out the next turn at least. So I do like this play. It is Dominion, so we'll have to be a little bit careful to make sure we don't put it like the top floor, or else it's going to die. I guess I can just add some health to it eventually, though. So yeah, for now we'll do this. It's going to be... It doesn't matter the order. I wish it did. I wish the order that you put them in, they would actually come out in. I would take this event... I would take the Jack-in-the-Box way more often if that was the case. Like if I was guaranteed that it was like Meddler first, for example, there. There's other situations I can think of where that would be really good. But I don't know, maybe there's just no downside with it in that case. There still kind of is not really that much downside with it, but if you're using it on the right stuff. But yeah, long story short, let's go. Okay. I don't think we need to wait on the Greed Dragon or anything like that. I will say Phoenix, maybe we want to go top, though, on this fight. Just to maximize the eggs. I'd like to try to get closer to 8 here, if I can. It's a little greedy to do that, but it is the harder Archeon, but it's still just Archeon. Am I really that scared? I got a pretty giant Greed Dragon as it is, with Titanite. Yeah, let's try to get as maximum amount of greed here as possible. Put this here. I'm actually going to put you at the very bottom just to kill the tanks. Then it doesn't matter if I'm like doing low damage on the other stuff. I think I do want to try to let the Acolyte up here. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's the next wave. So I just need to make sure the next wave has something that Phoenix can hit. If not, I can always hit my own unit or something, but I'd like to not do that if possible. So I think we're most worried about the boss here, so let's just hit him with Firestarter. I'm not even going to play the Phase Busting because it's not that strong right now. So yeah, we'll do that. Get some good damage in there. This is, I suppose, the reason maybe I should have still killed that unit, though, because now I'm getting him to, you know... And by the way, just example here, the Magma Mauler came out first here, whereas, like, I wish I could have just, like, said, like, okay, this is the order that'll pop out, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, I have the Mind Cage. Completely forgot about that. Well, that actually makes my play look better now, because now I'll have it next turn, and I can shoot it on the Acolyte, so look, I'm a genius after all. I always knew I was a genius, I just didn't have the proof. Well, here's the proof. I am joking, of course. I am an idiot. And I'll put you in front just as some cannon fodder. If I do this, I hope it doesn't kill the Acolyte. Okay, good, it doesn't. New Moon, so these don't do anything. Might as well just put more Pyrogel on him then. Without even doing anything, I know that's going there. And I know you're hitting that. I know that's getting played. I guess I could protect you. That probably makes sense. Alright, this is fine. We only need this floor to have somebody, so I'm not going to do anything to them. I'm just going to keep hitting this guy. See, the only guy I need to worry about. Oops, forgot to end in New Moon there. Need to remember to do that. I guess if he came back, though, we were fine to do this. Oh well. So we'll have it there. I don't need it here then. We might as well do this because he'll probably be back mid, I'm guessing. So we might as well do this. And then let's just hit... Actually... Yeah, let's hit him. Oh no, that guy died. The meddlers have meddled in my plans. And I didn't draw a unit. Well, I guess there was no chance to. Too bad I can't shoot another floor, you know. The arrow implies that I should be able to, I feel. But, yeah, it doesn't work. Sorry, I need to, exit out of that. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. So we're gonna go to New Moon here. We didn't have anything in hand that mattered, so I think could have hit myself. It does hurt a bit, but nothing's gonna hit me, so I might as well do it on cooldown, I think. Almost to 8, then I won't have to worry about doing wonky stuff like this anymore. So let's protect you, I think. Should still hit this guy though. Alright, he's dying. So, that might not be what we want, but I don't know that there's any way out of it at this point, because, yeah, he's crushing him. Means I'm not going to get that last egg. You know what, it's not the end of the world. I don't think we need to min-max here. I don't think I can if I wanted to. Yeah, we'll just let it die. Silver ink. Do we continue taking cards that really would, kind of need to... Well, Silver ink still plays with the face blessing, actually. If I just simply put a +10 on it, that 10 is attuned, I'm pretty sure. So, I could get that thing actually hitting huge heals here with Silver ink. I'm definitely open to it. Especially when the other cards aren't that good anyway. Like, Tidal Turning is just... It's, in a lot of cases, a worse phase blessing when you factor in the cost, but and the fact that it consumes. But it obviously has more upside. But, I don't know. I think I'd much... The Silver ink makes just a little bit of conduit go a long way. And even if I can't... In the off chance that I can't get any conduit, phase blessing, still I could just put plus damage on it at these upcoming Merchant of Magics. So I definitely like that. Soldier of Fortune has just never done anything for me ever. It might be the deck for it to be okay, but even then, not really. I don't know. It's if I could guarantee that I get Greed Dragon out of it, then it's good. So obviously I had to make some removals, which would just be the Spear Stewards, I guess, because the Shield Stewards I can play out, because we're taking an Ember upgrade here, obviously. So it wouldn't be that out of the question, I suppose, actually, to be able to make use of Soldier of Fortune. I still have to draw the card, but that may not be that hard with a Pyroentropy. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Alright, so I don't know where I was, but yeah, I don't know. Soldier of Fortune, my problem with Soldier of Fortune is it's kind of like, I'm almost superstitious about the card. Because I ain't kidding you. I've put too many hours into this game. I know some people put more in, but I put more than anybody probably should put into like a game, And I can't recall one time where Soldier of Fortune was good. Even I'm not even asking for great. I'm not even asking for okay. It's never even been okay. It's just been cheeks every time I've taken it. It's the same mechanic as Channel Song, and you know how Channel Song just always finds a way to let you down? Because here's the problem. I can just keep drawing it alongside Greed Dragon, so there's nothing I can do in that case to get it to work, unless I can discard the card, which I can't really do in this combo. And then the only other option is to hit a Permafrost, which already Permafrost, if I take Silver ink, is a really good upgrade. So it's like I'm basically having to bank on a specific upgrade to really guarantee value out of Soldier of Fortune. Plus I have to also beeline it to make those removals, which costs money and is awkward sometimes. And then it's all just to get, scaling that isn't necessarily that relevant. It looks good on paper. 30 attack is a lot. And obviously, the 15 Avarice is super good. The 15 armor, you could probably take it or leave it. It's alright, but it's not nearly as good as those other things that just got listed off. But it also costs $30 to do it. And we don't have a Miser. And I'm not really cashing in my eggs. So, to me, this is Silver ink. Okay. Having another Greed Dragon makes things easier, and it's certainly better than the Astrologer and the Hyatt. The Hyatt would be the only one I would consider, but it's pretty hard for me at this point to find attack scaling. I could still scale some with enemy Pyrogel, but that's not much. I guess I would apply Pyrogel. That's maybe worth something, but I think just having another Greed Dragon at this point is really good, even if it's just... And it's not even going to be vanilla necessarily for long. I mean, it is a ways till here, but once we get there, I can just throw... It even opens up at Endless, right? We wanted an Endless Dragon, so I can just do this. Yeah, easy choice. And you're always taking Ember with this Pyre. No exceptions. I won't allow it. There's the crazy people that do Pip sometimes. Maybe it can make sense sometimes. I just really find that it's usually a mistake with this Pyre. So I can go left or right, huh? definitely leaning left. I don't have much money though, which does kind of suck. It is kind of funny how that works out. I'm pretty sure it always lines up that the health is on the merchant side in Ring 4, and then the money is always with the trinket side. So it's kind of weird in that regard. It's like, well, usually you think of merchant and trinkets, and you're like, I need money to make use of this thing, right? But in this situation, you get money by going to that side each time. So it's always like the trinkets, they're often the better choice, and I am leaning toward that right now, even though we obviously do want to get plus 10 damage on Phase Blessing and a Permafrost on Silver Ink. I don't think we benefit from much else at the Merchant of Magic. So it's like the Luna of Coven banner unit is very unlikely to be that good for me. The health would actually be really good, but again, when I only have 155 gold, it's like I can't even re-roll at that amount of gold because it's a $75 re-roll. So I couldn't afford anything big on the next re-roll. So, or on the re-rolled shop, I should say. So it means like I have to hit Permafrost in the opener. That's only a 2 out of 7. 2 out of 7's, you have to ask yourself, like, I really got to hit a big upgrade there for it to be super worth it. And it's a 2 out of 7 chance that I can find Permafrost, which is really the main thing I'd be looking for, right? I mean, what else would be better? I guess Consumer Move on the Silver Ink would be really good, but not as good as Permafrost, I would say. Even then, I have to hit the Permafrost and the plus 10 to really get it going. Of course, that does mean this magic has more pressure on it to do things at, but, you know, you could think of it in a 2-node sense of like, well, maybe here specifically I'm not going to do well, but by visiting it, I'm increasing my probability to get what I need. That's one way you could look at it. And I guess you can make that play if the other side wasn't enticing, but I think the other side is enticing. I think that with the extra $100, $255, I can afford anything at the trinkets, and I could even re-roll it. And then an alcove is like probably better than a 2 out of 7 chance to be really good, I would say. You know, I generally pass on alcoves a lot of the time because it feels like if I were to roughly say a number, I've never done the analysis to give a good number here. I promise I will. I will actually do that, I think, soon. That's something I need to do, but I haven't really done like an in-depth analysis on alcoves and been like come up with a number of like what I think are good, bad, and like mid. That's probably the only 3 ratings I should give any event. But I should do that rating at some point because often when you go through it, how you feel might not be how it actually turns out, and this is probably one of those cases. But I will say what I feel about alcoves is like 40% of the time they're good, if I were just generalize. So I'd be curious to get what the actual number on that is. So I'll do that analysis at some point. But it's better than 2 out of 7. It has to be. Maybe it's not, but it feels like it's better than 2 out of 7, so I'm going to the right. And especially when you put the cavern in this together. But it is a bad trinket combo. That's certainly something. But look at this. With Kingdom Tiers, it's $170. So sure, I technically spent a big amount of gold just for a plus 10. But it's not really that bad of a deal because it's giving plus 10 to all these Witch Weaves as well for heals at least. And that makes the Silver Ink more likely to do something. You know, even if it's just getting big heals, that's useful when I don't have Endless, right? And I actually kind of care about keeping these things alive. So it's probably what I'll take here because the other things just aren't really that good. I mean, I don't have any whelps to summon for mana. I don't think I've ever used manacles other than maybe I had like one Melting Remnant run sometime that I made use of it, but it's so damn hard to make use of that, I feel. Just because of ordering of things, it's like if I take a whelp, I wouldn't put Endless on it speculatively because there's no reason to do that other than manacles. So it's like you got a chicken egg scenario here where it's like outside, that's why Melting Remnant's, I feel, the only one that makes sense for Attuned Manacles, because it's like, well, you're pretty likely to get some reform, and it's independent of taking a whelp or not, so it's like, Manacles is actually easy to take in that combo a lot of the time, because you might just start with whelps, and then you start with Primitive Mold. You already have it there, right? And then Manacles has big value there, but outside of that, it's like, you wouldn't take a Manacles without having already an Endless whelp, right? Or a whelp in general. You know, usually I don't even have a whelp unless I started with it, and then you're telling me you're going to buy it in the hopes that you get an Endless upgrade? That's really ambitious, I suppose. But yeah, long story short, I just never take Manacles because of the ordering issues there. It's like, I'd have to somehow, I guess if I had like, the only situation would be like a Malaka's or a Capricious Reflection, where just sort of, I took a whelp that had Endless already on it. That would be like another situation, I guess, but still pretty rare. Pretty rare that that's useful. I should have checked this cavern first, probably, before buying that. Okay. Brain Spike is interesting. I think it opens up a pretty good consumer move. We already had a good consumer move with Silver Ink, but I don't necessarily know if consumer move is that good on Silver Ink. Kind of feels like it's an impact card, and something like Permafrost is quite a lot better, but an impact combo card, I should say. But like with a Brain Spike, if I have it on consumer move, then I can, along with the Mine Horde, even for just one Ember, I can permanently have my cooldown be refreshed on Phoenix. Is that even that good, I guess? It gives me a bunch of Avarice. Even it doesn't necessarily give me that much Avarice, and you know, if we're not cashing in on the eggs, man, I should have checked the champ path first as well. I don't know. I might just take the Rail Spike because I think it does more. Certainly would help me draw through this deck, and it has some synergy with the Silver Ink since it could allow me to draw it. But I'd have to get it down to a 1 cost, which is awkward, especially with only hitting one magic. But you know, even just not factoring in that play probably won't work, at least it's still just a good card, and I don't know. I don't know why Wax and Spike. There's 2 spikes that they really need to take out of this pool, which is this one, Wax and Spike, unless you're Melting Remnant. Because obviously we can get our own clan's Spike here, so like it makes sense if you are Melting Remnant to have Wax and Spike be a possibility, right? And the other one would be Shroud Spike. It's like, so as good as those cards can be in their own combos, they're completely useless outside of the combos. I mean, it's like, how are you going to make use of morsels, right? And how are you going to deal with burnout? It's just, they don't make sense. But so I really think they need to rework this event, maybe. It just feels janky to me, I guess. It's like, you can say like, oh, well, the event, if you want to argue that the event would be too powerful without those possibilities, I would argue that, well, it would be better to make it less janky and nerf it some way else if you really think it's that overpowered event. I just don't think it's that overpowered of an event. It's a good event. This would be an event I lump into good. It often can be great event, but it's just weird. It's like you could technically get Melting Remnant and Shroud Spike here, and then it's like, okay, I don't really have a choice, right? It's whatever the other thing is. So right here, it's like I only have 2 choices, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to offer me 3 choices, give me 3 choices. This is why it feels janky to me, but I don't know. I'm just ranting about design again. It's not actually that big of a deal. I get too caught up in the little things. I think we just take Woken's Rail Spike. I don't think we actually need to play into Phoenix that much. I honestly don't really want to even bother with Phoenix from this point out, really. I don't know that he serves much purpose. So we do have the potential Overlord Flex. That's the only situation, I think, that we may want to think more about the Phoenix, because that's a lot of damage I can get. And that would be a good bottom floor clear. I can put the Greed Drake in front of him. Yeah, let's take the Overlord. I get the second point. Yeah, I can do some good damage, but I can get some kills in the meantime. Heaven's Seal is annoying for sure. But we should be powerful enough that it's doable. Boss is tough too. This boss is tougher than any of the next ring's bosses. I feel like this boss should be on that ring instead. But I don't know, he's still not that hard. He's just, if you're gonna lose, it's to this guy. Let's go Phoenix with Greed Dragon here. I suppose we do want to kill this boss at the bottom, so I could do this just to get the other dragon out here. That's probably fine. I'll go up top with that, play him there. Alright, so Silver Ink here is probably just fine. You know, I hit 3 spells with it. And then these come back and can be nice heals. I will say, oh yeah, 26. I was going to say, this doesn't, okay, Kingdoms, I take it back. Kingdom's Tears is not as good as the plus 10 upgrade, because the plus 10 would get hit by the attuned here, but obviously from what we can see here, it's not getting attuned. The extra 10 from that artifact, so that's kind of lame. I don't know, that feels kind of lame in a clan that can apply attuned to their base card like Witchweave. I feel like the interaction is like, I would expect the heal to be attuned here, I guess, but I guess since it doesn't specifically say the word magic power, that's the reason why. I feel like the easy fix there would just be like increase the magic power for your healing from spells, or you know, it's probably a better way to word that. But it should specify magic power, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I'll leave it up to someone that has more linguistic skills to come up with a better phrase. I'm just saying that magic power really should be incorporated somehow there, because it would make it obvious to me that the interaction happens this way, which is just not what I would expect intuitively. Just daze him. There's no sense taking this damage. I should do this as well. And then I guess just hit him one more time. Yeah, so this, if I knew that this interaction was there, would I still take this? I don't know. Maybe, I guess, because the other artifacts weren't that good. But maybe I'd have been more inclined to reroll, I don't know. I'm not going to save Lava Flow. That we can't really incant against the bust anyway, all that comfortably. I forgot last turn to put it to New Moon. I think did I still hit it? I don't think I did. I'm at 1540, so no. My bad. Don't think it'll matter. He has so much stats here, but definitely should min-max that. Alright, what's our Pyre health situation? Probably hit that steel. It's not guaranteed. That's the only guaranteed Pyre health is that one up there, huh? It's a little rough. I think we definitely want to hit this Pyre wall. It saves a lot of damage. I think we just don't need to take any damage beyond that. I should have played that first. It doesn't matter though. Okay, we'll go back to New Moon. Alright, we did get this finally. Need to get slays here whenever I can. I should be maybe trying to make that happen. 90-90. 90-90 kills that, so he'll get a kill as long as I leave one of these. So I could, yeah, let's take one of them out, and the rest will stay. Can heal, give some armor, put this guy into play, I guess. Right, getting some slays there. 90. Should let this slay again, I think, because we're gonna crush this boss most likely. Anybody need heals? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, let that slay happen then. Alright, he's dying. Let's at least get another slay. Probably nothing else is needed here. Yeah, nothing else needed. Just trying to think if there's any other like perma-scaling that I'm forgetting. Fanning Flame, that would be some perma-scaling. I don't know that it would be that good. Yeah, it's just so hard to take it on curve, I feel. You know, it's similar to like Blazing Bolts, but it's so much worse. It's like, there's obviously more ceiling with it, but I feel like the median with Fanning the Flame is so much worse than Blazing Bolts. It's like you have to have the... It's kind of like if... I know some of you have also played like auto-battlers, such as Storybook Brawl, Hellfire Tactics, Fairy Tale Fables, those type of games, or even like, even to some degree, Teamfight Tactics is probably a much more popular one, right? I feel like that game's a little bit more loose with how it plays out, you know? It's not as deterministic, but... And you know, I guess what I'm coming back to though is, you know, there's the slay mechanic, which has its own term in each of these games, but you know what we're talking about when we say slay. So it's like, it's the same keyword in this game, right? So it's like, when you kill a unit, you trigger an effect. That to me, that is a real fun keyword. It's also a very unreliable keyword when you have random targeting, which is what Fanning Flame is. So if you've played those auto-battlers, you know how frustrating it can be to play a slay build, right? And you just can't rely on it. It's like, they're never that consistent necessarily, because of the fact that there's just so much that can go wrong in your ability to actually get your slays. It's like, you can just get hit first or whatnot. So it's like, yeah, I'm getting on a tangent here, but Fanning Flame has the same problems. It's like, unless I can like get a floor down to just one single like low health enemy, it's the only way I can guarantee that Fanning the Flame ever hits. So it's like, if I don't have that situation, even if I have a floor where it's like one tank and 4 backliners, there's still 1 out of 5, you know, I guess realistically it's usually like 2 to 3 backliners. So we'll say 1 out of 4 chance to hit the tank. That's still 1 out of 4. That's a pretty high chance. So it's a 1 out of 4 that your card that you need to immediately get scaling doesn't even scale there, and you spent a turn drawing the card and you spent Ember playing the card. It's like, it's just such a bad deal when things go wrong. Because it takes, you know, it's not, it's already hard enough to just add some cards speculatively, right? They're just kind of sitting in your deck. With Fanning the Flame, it's like, even if you take it and you think it can work, you're still speculating on the fact if it's even going to be able to scale. You just like cannot guarantee it's scaling, I guess is my main problem with it. So you're just by nature, it's always speculative, unless you get it ahead of curve. If you get it ahead of curve, you could technically argue that there's still situations where it never slays still, but it's much less likely in those first rings, because in the first rings it's much higher chances, I feel, to actually be able to get it to pop, and it's also just less investment because it's up against like starter cards or common cards, right? Tome of Contracts, though, obviously is a choice here, right? I mean, I could do Payoff as well, but Tome of Contracts plus Mind Cage is every cooldown for Phoenix, and we're the Slay Path. Once we get to the next rank, we can kill the whole floor with it. That's just obviously the choice. Okay, we could get our first little bit of Conduit here. It's not enough to really say much of, but it's certainly better than this, because at least the Conduit, you know, is attuned. So it actually, 4 Conduit ends up being more valuable than the Kingdom's Tears, at least in the Silver Ink case. Could take Cosmic Bolt with our 0 Conduit. could take Moon Caller with our 0 moon phase. I mean, I have a setup for some moon phase shenanigans already, so it's not like this. This is just like further speculation and a calcified ember. None of these are really that good. I could see skipping here, but glittering draft. I know I call it drought again. I'll never get it right the first time, but glittering draft is the only takeable card here, I think. I mean, I could take a Cosmic Bolt, but I just don't know what that's doing. It's getting increasingly unlikely that we're going to find Conduit, but I could actually get Conduit here, even if it sucks. It's technically my best double stack target, I would say. So I don't even have a good double stack target if I don't do it. So actually I will take it. 8 Conduit is fine. I was tempted to loot there, but no, that would be stupid. So I do think we go to the right. There's more. This is much better than the other Merchant of Magic because it has more value with it. It's like free armory, Herzl Horde. These are better than like a Luna banner in almost every case, even the armory, which is something I don't value that high. But yeah, the Merchant of Magic, we've opened up every good upgrade here at this point, so we should just go there. And plus I need that plus 10. It's my only time to do it, so we gotta do it. Alright, Holdover and Intrinsic. The plus 10 absolutely will go on the Face Blessing. No other choice for that one. Pyrestone is acceptable when you consider we're probably going to have more Great Dragons. Of course, the Callus is good too, but yeah, I think we'll take the Pyrestone. Callus isn't that good. Iron Tongue. I could take it to get Slays with Phoenix right now. It's a little awkward, but it's okay. I'm not gonna... I'll be right around a 30 attack for the next 2 rings anyway, and I just don't have to play it in the end game once I have that next rank, but this is a good stopgap until then. Of course, I could just take another Mind Cage, which is kind of weird. We're at that point, we're only taking it... I don't know where I'm going right now, left or right on the next one. That would be the only arms to hit, I guess. If I want to hit a Merchant Arms, I could hit it there. I'm just trying to think, like... In either of these cases, I feel like I would need to go to the Merchant Arms to make these picks. It's like, right now, I do have the... what is it? I have the Mind Cage already, so... Like... It's already something where, like, if I take the Iron Tongue, then I'm gonna have to... I mean, right now, Iron Tongue would just replace the Mind Cage, I think. See, it's... I'm thinking about the plan. I'm like, yeah, it would make my scaling a little bit better, but it's so much work for... I don't know if the payoff's worth it, And same thing with like weapons cache. It's like I'm increasingly convinced we're not hitting this Merchant Arms. Like I do want to hit this Pyre Health, I think, and I do want to hit another Steel since I got that Great Dragon now, the vanilla one. So it's either skip or just take Mind Cage. Since the reason Mind Cage would make sense would just be because I could find it sooner, and that would already help my scaling just the same as Iron Tongue anyway, to some degree. I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it. And otherwise, I guess I could put it on a... I could put the other Mind Cage on a... Wherever that unit's called, the Moon Phaser. What is that unit called? Where the hell is it? I didn't remove it, did I? I'm not seeing them. Oh, they're in the Jack in the Box. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, where are my fucking units? Yeah, Meddler, that's the name of it. So, yeah, the Meddler, it wouldn't do anything right now, because since I have 2 of them, I obviously can just alternate their abilities to keep Shade Guard in the right moon phase. But, there is situations, I guess, where I might be able to find the Aurora Weaver at this for example, and then being able to shift every single turn, multiple times a turn even, would be useful, because then I can actually get some big time conduit. So that's something I probably also wouldn't mind having 2 mine cages for, so we'll do that. So holdover and intrinsic. So plus 10 for sure is going here. Could hold that over. I really wish I had a, whatever you call it here, light stone casing, because now I would put both of these into it. But it's pretty good at 25 heal holdover. And then, you know, if I can get additional conduit, I think it's good. So for this, if I get consume remove, I may actually I don't know, would I prefer it on glittering draft or silver ink? Because it would pair with a -2 if we find it. Do we want intrinsic on anything? Kind of want to just re-roll here. I don't think I super benefit from oh, you know what? This is a pretty good intrinsic. Yeah, we definitely want this intrinsic. Well, I could just go -1 here. That's always fine. That's fine. Let's re-roll. Okay. Double stack. We'll just put it here. And consume stone. I don't love it, but if I am going to put it on something, I guess fire starter. Yeah, let's do it there. I wish I had some way to greed out some gold here. I mean, I could just loot, but that seems risky. Seems pointlessly risky. Alright, go down here. We still go with Phoenix at the bottom here. They all have multi-strike, but that's fine. Put you up here, you there. I guess we just gotta get rid of these shield stewards. Like, I can't actually fit them anywhere. Alright, probably no world I can just kill this outright, right? If that's the case, I should just hit that. Yeah. Then I will get sapped here. I want to limit how much sap I'm getting, but I definitely have to play the tone here. And we could ink here. We got the phase blessing. I think it definitely makes sense. Yeah, we got a lot of cards hit by it as well. Oh my god, look at that. Even without any conduit, that's 80. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Alright, worth it. Got that, it's attuned. Yeah, it's not worth playing here. I really don't need to take any more damage at this point. So, just, guess heal here. I guess this guy, was he out? He wasn't out last turn, right? So I couldn't have played into it with the greed, or with the shade guard. Alright, we're in full moon. Let's go to new moon. We'll put this here. I'll get a kill. And pretty sure with the 58 armor Titanite, we're probably killing whatever boss comes up already. So, like, do I need to keep playing this? Because I could actually just get rid of this now. It's not, I mean, it sucks because, like, I still got 8 cards to draw through. So, my next turns would be a lot worse without having this phase blessing in hand. I think we just keep the phase blessing, or we just, yeah, we're not going to play the Ember. I do this is fine. I don't even want to redraw these. I actually want to redraw the Ember. This is our best time to do that. So I could do this, but that means that I don't get a kill with Phoenix. So I think we just kill one of them. Yeah, then we'll go to New Moon. Could do this here. That makes more sense. Just put you there. Yeah, nothing else really to do here. So here, for example, I got all this stats. Like, I have to imagine we're finally fine to do this. I could still play this, but I just don't even want to take any damage. So let's do that. Oh, we're gonna get our fair share of kills here. 52. This one we should min-max a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kill... Here, let's kill these so they're not stealing kills. That's about as good as I can do. That's fine. We'll get enough kills here, I think. Got a few. Greed. I got 3 floors filled. Greed becomes tough to play, but I could still play it since we're overkilling these bosses and waves by so much. We're so far ahead of the curve with these Greed Dragons, right? And even the Shade Guard. So I could just take that because we don't currently really have any like avarice or big way to get money, I suppose. So we didn't take the extra path of Conjure, which maybe I should have done. I just feel like the Slay, I can get that 2nd rank, and now that we've got no cooldown, I can do some pretty good work there. But yeah, I don't know. Stuck Up Whelp. I could take. That is actually better than Greed, maybe here. But I just don't know that my other units are getting many hits in. So it's not, I don't know, and I can't really descend anything in this combo. I could get an Ascend card, but it's harder to make that work because we're setting up bottom most of the time. I think it would make sense too. I think we just skip these. I immediately get Exhalation, but honestly the Aurora Weaver I think we take, because now we have, I know we got the double stack Conduit there, but this gives me Conduit on another floor. It's pretty good. So we'll take the Aurora Weaver. I think that was actually a pretty decent pickup. Alright, we got Endless. Beautiful. That just 100% is going there. Definitely don't want Titanite on it then if it's Endless. We want it to die. Okay, Sack Chamber here is pretty good. That's a lot of gold. Even this late, that's going to be really good gold. We can just reroll here. I'll put some health here. That would be much needed. Aurora Reaver really would like it too, though. But I don't know. I think we need it on the Jack in the Box more. I could large stone the Jack in the Box just because I can't fit anything else on the floor, I suppose. Unless I want to put another Smidgestone Greed Dragon down. I think for sure we put Smidgestone here. I guess I can't afford that, so yeah, there's no way we weren't going to take Smidgestone there. That opens up how we can build these floors by so much now. That's to 1 pip. I think there's no harm in just starting this with some Conduit, just since it's on usually my main floor. We Still got more steals to hit, so that'll be fine. And we'll be getting more gold now, supposedly, with the sacrificial chamber. Still will go with the powerful one here for now, with Titanite. It's just the Endless doesn't really come into play until the final rings, and I don't really consider this point in the game to be final ring content. I still need to get rid of these guys. I just don't got the gold, but Sacrificial Chamber, let's hope you just don't get bombed. Well, we're off to a pretty good start here with a lot of this. Like this Mind Cage start is really good. We're already going to be playing these. And then the Phase Blessing, we already have it. And, you know, I'll have it for the, whenever I get the Silver Ink. So this is a really good start. I could daze you as well. Don't want to incant up there. I have to wonder that just fire starting her twice is probably better. I think it is. And even getting off some Witch Weave there. Okay, Sacrificial Chamber, second turn. I'll take that all day, every day. No sense sapping, I think. They're both there. We are in New Moon. I think I want this here. I think I'm just gonna let these shards hit me. I think we want this on this floor. It's worth one sap. This, though, I can probably just play this one here. For now. Okay, we do have this. If I draw into Daze, actually can't, so we already... Okay, so we're fine. We can just do this now then. Go to New Moon. I know I'm incanting here, but I think I want this damage here, maybe. Let me think about this. Just getting her 50 extra health. The thing is, the Fire Gel, if I put on her right now, it'd be so nice to just plow through this and put some damage on the Hollow. I think it makes more sense to put it here. And once again, I can take these. It's a little awkward if I draw into Silver Ring, I can't play it. I don't really want to draw it here, so I don't know that I even want to play this for that much Ember. I want to get this Slay, so 98, 98. Yeah, so this Phoenix already gets this kill, so let's do that. I guess I can draw 2. Okay. I'll take it. Oh, Silver Ink, my friend. Kind of just want to play Pirate Ball, which I can't do if I play this. This was punished for me not getting any of the cost reductions on Silver Ink, which I really should have done. But I have to imagine Silver Ink is still the strongest play here. I can take one of them out already, and I can just Witch Wave the other one. So, yeah, I do want to get this thing attuned. This pretty much guarantees my victory. Go to New Moon, kill that. Should be good. Yeah. he's getting hurt. Full moon. Go to new moon. To 41 natural attack. It's not bad. Probably worth. The rest of these probably are not worth incanting though. That's the awkward thing here. I guess this could just go in the front. It won't get. She will get a sleigh though. But do we even care? Probably not. Let's just get this awkward unit out of here while we can. Then I guess we can just heal once. And then yeah, not much point. I think. Like this doesn't. This just gains her health even if I apply more fire gel. So no incants makes sense here. Taking any more damage because this fight is definitely over. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just let these happen. Might as well hit. I could do that. Oh yeah, she's dead. I mean, realistically, I probably don't need to take any more damage. Got 100 letters there. Yeah, they're permascaling? I don't think so. Yeah, just let that happen now. One more silver ink or smite. I mean, we don't need a smited treasure. I have something that does more than 50 armor for 0 gold, and it has holdover. So no, thank you. We'll take silver ink, and definitely ember. Still want to. I mean, maybe I could have actually justified going left there, but I think yeah, here. I think smidgestering this makes sense. It does make it so now I can maybe deal with these shield stewards. It's worth. Endless doesn't really make sense. I mean, it does, I guess, maybe for Dominion, but we already have the endless Green Dragon, so why would I even bother with that? We do want health here for sure. And I guess conduit, maybe some more conduit here. Actually kind of makes sense. And you know, like I said, there's ways to get small amounts of conduit, and sometimes that's all you need, even though we do technically have big conduit on one of these floors, I think, with the Aurora Weaver. It's not super big, but it's decent. If we had a dualism, it'd look a lot better, of course, but it'll be something. I guess we still want to Hellvent these Great Dragons. I think this one for now, the non-endless one. The other endless one probably makes sense with the other dupe. The non-endless is fine. We want that front-loaded damage for Ring 7. It's the ridiculous tank waves. And we want Overlord 2, so now we actually get the explosive effect on the ability, which is a huge improvement. So for sure, let's get rid of the Spear Stewards. We just do not need them. I don't need endless on anything. Mark of Invasion should be fine here. We got that extra Greed Dragon for this type of shit, so I still want one down at the bottom. I could put the Phoenix up top to get those extra slays. But I think Savagery's Final Assault, honestly, it kind of makes sense. Damn. That's a little tough because I obviously can't... I don't need Phoenix on my main floor though, right? Like I can just simply put Phoenix up top here. And then the other stuff goes down below. So yeah, why don't we do that? I'll put this one in front just to protect him. And I guess we put this one here. And then we still make our main floor down below. I'll still, let's see, that's 4. I hit the 7 unit limit there, that's fine. And up here we can put the Aurora Weaver eventually. So I don't know that this is going to be my setup for the other fights. We're only putting Phoenix up top and changing things up because of the Mark of Invasion. So I think it'll be easier on other fights to make a floor setup that I can get both Spear Stewards out, man. Oh, these are really, I hate that's a thing. I hate that. You know, I could have still, damn. I fucked that up. Alright, so good. We'll recover here, but that obviously was not the best outcome. At least we actually got the full cooldown going already, though. How are we doing down here? Jack in the Box might have some trouble surviving this. Let's, for now, kill that at least. I don't want to take damage if I don't have to. Alright, let's prep one of these for next turn. Really? So that, man. Yeah, I don't think we can, I gotta use the fireball here, I think. We gotta kill this thing too. I gotta kill one of these. Guess I could have done that before and gotten an extra slay. Oops. Alright, well, I definitely have to play this. This guy will die up here. I'm not too worried about him, but this guy's a bit annoying. I guess we just play this and this. Looks the Rail Spike kind of rough with this. Okay, we're new men. We're good there. Phoenix down below would have been better in hindsight, because I could have got those other backline slays. Now it's like I'm not going to slay much. Alright, is this floor really unable to kill a tank? That's a little concerning. I think they will be able to. It's going to be hard to play Silver Ink here. I have another one coming up, so it's like I don't have to necessarily play it here. That way I could get this out, like up here, I guess. So there's no way I can get this slay on this guy, but I should still... Does it even matter? I could heal him, actually. And I would get the slay. I do have to do this. I really don't benefit that much from the other Mind Cage. I mean, they can't really both do their ability on the same turn anyway. So it's like, there's actually no advantage to the Mind Cage, the second Mind Cage. If I do this, I can't play that, though. I guess I could just do this. And that kills. And I could do this. It's pretty greedy just for one slay, especially when I've got, like, all this other shit. But at the same time, is there even a better play to make? Because, like, do I even need the armor down here? That I don't know. Let's do that. Got one conduit up here. I think I do want the slay. You don't have any pyrogel, right? And I don't have that pyrogel thing, so this should be fine. This allows him to get the kill. Might as well still put this down. And then I guess just heal here. Man, life would be so easier if I just had the normal setup here with Phoenix at the bottom. I feel like when you switch it up, it often doesn't turn out well. But we got the explosive. We're getting Fireball on the right turns, that's for certain. That's probably happening. Do I want to do Silver Ink before then? It's really hard. Like, even with the 5 Ember, like, I just cannot play these hands out. It sucks because, like, I'm going to draw all these Vengeful Shards with, like, Witch Weaves on the other turns. And those turns are going to suck. That's why I hate Pyro Entropy. It's like, alright, thanks for giving me everything on one turn. But this is where I should have maybe thought more about getting Silver Ink costed down. I had the opportunity to. So I can only blame myself to some degree. I guess I just may not need to play Face Blessing right now. But if I could attune everything, that certainly... It's a really good chart. I think we definitely want to play Silver Ink here. The question is just what do we do beyond that? Like, that's pretty powerful. Does mean the only other play is a Witch Weave, though. Okay, this, I can do that gladly. Whereas I could... Yeah, I mean, there's no play here that makes sense other than Pyreball, I think. So they die. Plus I get that gold. So this floor is a problem, though. I could heal you and you live. Probably just do that. Have to figure out what we're doing up top. It's going to be a little rough. We just have to leak a bit. And this is the type of turn I'm talking about. Son of a bitch. I also did not end in the right moon phase last turn. Because I'm an idiot. Well, I wouldn't want to lose the 10 conduit, I suppose, so I should kill at least one of them. This guy's going to hurt my pyre pretty good. Kill one of them. Can't kill them all, so like these guys are dying anyway. Might as well spam them once each then. If I do this, I can push an extra 100 damage. Yeah, let's do that. 80. Still probably want to kill one of these. It makes life easier. Of course I could have, maybe Sacrificial Chamber meant I should have still killed an extra one, I don't know. I'm starting to get a little more worried for Relentless. This floor here is a problem. I can just do this, and it's less of a problem. Damn, none of these are attuned, huh? He lives, but it takes some more. Almost certainly gonna take some more pyrogel damage or pyro damage. Of course, if I can just kill next turn, maybe that's what I can focus on here, because this obviously is a really powerful play to make. I need to kill one of these backliners. Though I should, since we have the sacrificial chamber, I'll kill another. And then this lives. Maybe I still want to kill that. Probably makes sense. But yeah, we should be good down below. We've got. I just need to play this one more time. He's dying there, so we'll play these out. Is there any world I could get a kill here? Probably not. Do that, then get our extra gold. Then we want that to die. That's fine. Yeah, it should be fine. 26 damage taken, damn. Make it rain. Make it rain. Theoretically, I don't know that I would really need it, because if I had Phoenix in the right position there, I mean, I gave up so many slays. Phoenix could have had so many more slays that fight. But it's not the end of the world. It probably would have just been the difference between like 60 and 70, in all honesty. But, yeah, I guess I don't want to overestimate how much damage Phoenix can do. It's obviously not as powerful to do just a second rank that you pick up midway through the game of Overlord as it is to go full Overlord, but I think he'll still be doing quite a lot of damage, especially if we got that intrinsic tome. I probably still need to make it rain though, so I think we'll take it. It does some damage, especially with the conduit. Lunacy we could take for extra conduit. We could take the Cosmic Bolt because it's already attuned. And the Lunacy, we have 5 Ember, but we don't have really much other ways to get a bunch of Ember. And Boiler Room, but we're obviously not going to get that unless we go to Merchant of Arms, which we're not going to do. I just want another, I want another Endless Greed Dragon, I think. That'll be better into Dominion. So, like, I don't know. I don't know that we need these cards. Like, I could take another Aurora Weaver, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I could. With the extra Endless Greed Dragon, I think it'll be easier to keep it alive. Doesn't mean I need to get rid of a thing. But yeah, the Aurora Weaver, if I'm taking Lunacy for Conduit, I might as well take the Aurora Weaver. Granted, the Lunacy obviously helps the other current Aurora Weaver, but just simply finding Aurora Weaver sooner is better, so let's just take the Aurora Weaver. Alright, we'll go to the right. Definitely want that health. Definitely want, like, all this stuff. Crown of Eternal's really good. I got a lot of money. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Look how much money I earned there with the Sacrificial Chamber. So good. Okay, Orrery, that's the way to gain Ember. Absolutely take that. Depot to oil, why not take the 10 armor? Right, why not? Let's take a look here. Multi. That's definitely the upgrade there. Best upgrade we could find. Take 20 there. I may want to take Avarice. Probably not with the Sacrificial Chamber. We just keep the Sacrificial Chamber. Quick. I could maybe reroll for more Conduit. It's probably worth. We'll see. Let's reroll here first. Dragon Scale, unfortunately not. Pyre Tap. Yeah, that's good. Silent Sigil. Yeah. We can get some extra armor there. Why not? Which means I guess we won't reroll here. I mean, we still could reroll here. I'd probably rather just purge some cards, which... Yeah, let's just get rid of this. And I could take the Avarice. I'd rather just keep the 70 to be able to use Make It Rain without any limitations. So, where's Endless Green Dragon? This one, right? Yeah, so this one we do. We should be good to go. Alright, I want to bookmark, I want to bookend both top and bottom with the Endless units. We want Phoenix on the bottom. The only question is, I think we go Jack in the Box on the bottom. It's a little iffy though, because yeah, it makes sense actually. Yeah, it's a little iffy. The Jack in the Box floor may actually want to be mid with Shade Guard. Here's my reasoning at this point. It's because we have the Endless Great Dragon, and if it dies on the bottom floor and I have the Jack in the Box, the floor is overstacked, and I cannot replay the unit. And then Phoenix just gets destroyed. AK, the whole floor gets destroyed once this goes down. And that's not what we want. So I think we have to do this here. This is fine. We don't need Jack in the Box on that floor. It does mean we're not going to have much conduit here, but I can reserve the 8 conduit, at least for here, from the Glittering Draft, so I think that's fine. We actually have perfect Ember here. And we'll go... One, 2, 3. This floor overstacks no matter what. I think that means we just put this in the front here. Put this here. Yeah, let's do that. Now we're talking. This is what should have been happening all that other time. So we have another Silver Ink here. This one hits on one. I have all the Ember here, so I think we should play it. Yeah, and we'll just not take any other damage elsewise. Just put this damage here. I'm not getting any slays here, so I could just kill that. Maybe more damage here is better. Can I even kill that? I don't know. I don't think I can, because I don't have any conduit here. Just do this then. Don't have any conduit here either, but at least I got some Pyrogel there. Alright. Get that Sacrificial Chamber down. I mean, it's not, like, completely imperative. Oh, we don't have the Mind Cage. Well, we probably want this. I definitely want to play this. But I think we have to let the Face Blessing go. That's fine since we have the Endless stuff here. But I do definitely want to play Make It Rain here. Play that first. Yeah, we make money on it overall. It's fine. Did I forget to go into New Moon again? No, I think I'm good. Let's see. So we don't have... Yeah, I'm just going to do this now. Forgot to give them health, but I had no chance once I put them in the box. I guess they're just gonna die. It's not the end of the world. It only really makes my Weavers worse and makes my Shade Guard worse, but they're not that central to the game plan, I would say. Alright, we got this here. For sure that happens. Put these up top. Got the 10 conduit here. Yeah, I'll put you up top. Guess I should have done that before I did the thing there. Might as well put the other one there too. They'll still just be gaining conduit every now and then. I could keep one of them alive now. as well, I guess. Him dying is fine. We want that to happen, I'm pretty sure. I do want to kill this. This mid floor is a little more fragile, especially now that the. Alright, we can do that. Ooh, that was a mistake, dude. That was a mistake. Fuck. Get you back in the action. Yeah, that was a mistake. I could have dazed this guy, which would have been really good because we just wouldn't have any conduit up there. Or any corruption, I mean. Pretty big mistake. Pretty stupid mistake. Stupid? Yes. Idiotic? Yes. Could heal you decently. Do we care though? He's endless. That was stupid. I continue to make stupid plays. Alright, we definitely need some conduit down here. Let's get that here. Put the armor there. We want the endless one to die. Let's get rid of this while we can. I need to remember that I have the Pyre Tap. I definitely could be having some better turns had I been using that. I mean, that's probably the best Pyre to have Pyre Tap with. I'd like you to live, as weird as that is. But I do just kind of, yeah, want you here. So that was good. Let's get you with all of that. Keep you alive, I guess. Alright, we lost both Greed Dragons that turn. Let's put the bigger one down below. Get Lord Phoenix up there in damage. Let's put you there. I think it's okay to take this hit. We're not gonna die. It's good to have them refreshed here, like with a low amount of corruption. So let's see, we definitely want to put this at the front at this point. That helps a bit. We do that, and then we got the kill. Nothing else really needed. Alright, we got plenty of gold for our Make It Rain. I have a bit of overkill in that department. What if I looted at that point? That would be tough. I think we could actually still win. Honestly, though, with the amount of conduit that I could actually properly do, potentially, without the corruption killing my back line, you know? But yeah, I would probably die. I don't know, let's be real. Who knows? I could get my eggs back pretty quickly, and then eventually they just replay. think there's a world I could maybe do it. Right. I think we do the same thing here. Though I could see putting Shade Guard top in this fight. I think we definitely do the same thing here. With the non-endless there. I think I did like that setup last time. I think we can do the same thing. Here. This just makes sense. Did I put the right one in front? Okay, good. I can still do that. What an opening hand, though. Am I right? I don't even know if the damage is better served there. We can just put it up here. Need to make sure Shade Guard lives here. There. Okay, he is living. I think we need to get these in rather than play the Firelight. Like, the sooner I get these in, the better. We're in New Moon right now, so I should stay there. Okay, I got Pirate Tap, so I need to keep that in mind. There's the Dazed. We should definitely play this before everything. Then we want Conduit down here for sure. Should actually do that. Could daze you. Entropy can't be dazed. I do want this guy to die, so I can replay him. I want this guy to die, though, so I kind of want to take this damage. The sooner they die, the better. Could do it here. That doesn't necessarily help me. So, I guess I may just not play it, if I'm being honest. So if I don't play that, let's get some armor here. And I do want to play this out. I think we just do that. This hits on Make It Rain, that's really good. It doesn't hit much spells here, because we already had the Face Blessing hit, but man, if it's getting Make It Rain, I'm all on board for that. So, let's see. Do that for now. Do I do the Make It Rain here? I may need it. I'm actually maybe a little bit light on damage. Dominion might die quicker, actually, so let's do this now. Oh, this damn bastards. Can I do some damage on them, I wonder? I need to do that, obviously. Well, if I don't mind giving these guys some damage, I can do this. Alright, they're all dying. Nothing else matters here. Are they still dying? Okay, good. We should play this for max then. for everything here. I probably should have played it for everything, actually, but we'll right our wrongs here. Looks like I forgot to do the right meddler thing again. I don't know, I'm really fucking up. I guess we could do this here. We can just do them both here since I got the mine cage. So I could... This is probably a good turn to daze him on. And we always want to do that. Or just do this here. I really know that I need the armor for much more. Kind of have the line held here. Wait. Huh? How did that not kill this guy? 75 health? I guess I'm sapped pretty fucking bad here. Maybe I should not have been playing those saps, huh? I could definitely see the argument for that. How much health do you have? This is my last phase blessing. I don't think I need another one. Let's at least kill these. If they're all dying, then we're fine there. Probably don't need to play that fire starter. I may start to get low on health, I don't know. So we are in New Moon right now. Sorry, fucked the other turn up and forgot to hit the thing again. I'm just playing so sloppy. I almost don't even want to upload this, but I feel bad because it's the person's submission. But I'm playing so bad that I'm almost like embarrassed at how bad I'm playing. Like, I'm playing like a fucking idiot. But, hey, we're getting it done. Alright, that's good there. And what are we looking at here? Still a lot more turns up here. I should probably do that. Okay, I don't need this anymore, though, so... Gets me 100, that's good. We still got a ways to go there. I think I may need to just hit this guy. Yeah, probably should have done it on the floor. I don't know, they got 32 Pyrogel, but I believe that's... Yeah, 32 Pyrogel on the bottom, but I got like... I guess only like 8 conduit up there. It's not that good. Am I tripping? What am I doing with it? Why am I always on New Moon? I wasn't using my ability. Did I just do it wrong, like, yet again? Is that what happened? I mean, that's probably why. Seems to be a common occurrence lately. Man, what a hand. I so love Pyre of Entropy. It's the best. Okay. We're fine there. 40. I don't even know if this does anything for me. 252. I mean, I kill that. 46 by 2 is not very good, though. It's 46. Be 46 by 2. It's actually 40. It's like 50 by 2. So this would get some damage in there. It's fine. Can't use my ability, but that's okay because we got Make It Rain. Bye bye, floor. Alright, you're dying. We're okay with that. We got this card back. Okay, you're dead up top. We're actually winning here, so that's fine. We'll just, I guess there's... we still gotta kill this guy. Alright, whatever. Well, that was a fun one. I played so bad. Wait. I guess you're dying all the way down there. Okay, makes sense. Obviously, I played horrible, but, you know, it was an interesting route to get there, I suppose. So So, I mean, more or less it was just Greed Dragon, but we had some light conduit shenanigans going. I will say the Aurora Weavers did not get as much conduit as I thought they might be able to get. They really only ended up being like a little bit better than a, whatever you call it, the Mollusk Mage. So that's not a great endorsement for them. But I also was not properly cycling the those meddler units because I was just misplaying left and right. If I'd been properly cycling them, then we'd probably looking at some more conduit. But still, it wasn't great. I feel like we kind of need dualism. It's kind of like the Aurora Weaver. I am very much not impressed by it when I take it. Like I said, it was very good when it was a banner unit, but as a non-priority draw unit, I think if you can't get it out priority draw, which we didn't have here, right? The only way we could have done that is if we had found it before. I mean, we technically were offered one ahead of curve. It was tough for me to take it. But yeah, it's just a card where you really have to make sure that it's getting out early, and even then you have other conduit combo pieces that need to get put together. I mean, there's no easy answer. Let's really quick just look at what the other folks did. Looks like somebody else played in the meantime, BX Style. Alvin saying, what did you do? You had the full egg thing. It looks like, I'm guessing you held the egg, so just based on the amount of artifacts. Boiler Room, I would like the Boiler Room. I'm guessing that must have been maybe Ring 3. Or it would have had to been that or Ring 5, maybe. Magma Mauler had the same Greed Dragon that we had, essentially had a Hothead. Interesting. Shade Guard, similar Shade Guard to us. Although I don't think we had Multi-Strike. Did we? I can't remember now. I guess I can check. No Multi-Strike. And then Face Blessing, Smelted Treasure, Celestial Storm, Silver Ink, Consumer Move. Oh, interesting. See, I don't think... I'm trying to think. There was that one magic we didn't hit. It must have been at that one, I'm guessing. Because we never saw a Consumer Move. But we did hit 2 magics, I think. But yeah, not massively different, I would say. I think we probably had, all things considered, some similar stuff going on. But I guess they didn't have any real conduit stuff going on, so there's that. But like I'm trying to look through here and see if there's any conduit. I don't think there's any actual conduit, right? Unless I'm missing something. Like not even like the upgrades on the cards, like the 5 conduit. So, but I guess maybe the idea with the Silver Ink was just to get the 10 on the Face Blessing to pop off. Otherwise, it's not really doing much, I would say. And I mean, there is a Celestial Storm even, but yeah, I'd say with the lack of conduit, I don't know that the Silver Ink is necessarily doing much here. Oh, they did have the Jack in the Box. I kind of doubt that this is what is in their Jack in the Box, so I think this is bugged. I think it just shows mine. Because obviously they have a Magma Mauler and 2 Meddlers here. So I kind of don't trust the Jack in the Box there. This is ours. This is Liar Kills. It looks like they also flexed maybe the Slay Path here, like we did. Ooh, Planetarium. That would have been nice. Lunar Priestess. So definitely some different routes being taken here. Spiritbreaker's Charge. Must have hit a different... both of them must have hit a different trinkets than us, I'm guessing. Either that or maybe they ate the eggs like early on. I could see that as well. He could probably get away with it in that mid-game, I'm guessing, because Shayguard's pretty strong. Oh yeah, they do have Holdover Phase Blessing, nice. And some Conduit. Though even here, it's... Yeah, I guess the Planetarium goes a long way here, I feel. Planetarium definitely pretty good here. I think you get a lot of, easy, you know, kind of front-loaded Conduit, shall we call it. The minute you play it, you get it. You don't have to wait like an Aurora Reaver or something like that, you know what I mean? Draco, which I think was the submitter, right? And they went full egg. What with the Iron Tongue? Interesting. Endless Guildmonger. So maybe they were gearing more toward actually consuming the eggs. Though I don't know. There's still like not many artifacts in the artifact bar. I probably would have expected to see more. It looks like maybe they were doing it through the mid game though. There's definitely a lot of artifacts. Capricious Reflection, Whetstone. These are things that I don't think we saw. So I'm guessing that was consuming of the eggs. It is interesting that everyone's taken the Hothead. I think I would just rather have a Greed Dragon in that spot, but you know, certainly Hothead's never a bad unit to take. I feel like if I'm in my head, and then again, I don't know, maybe they had more for it at that point. I know just with my deck and how it was, we had like no damage for it, and so it was like a pretty speculative pick where it's like, well, the Greed Dragon, I already have eggs. So I feel like it's maybe the more consistent thing to take. But I don't know, I'm not that confident in that statement. Tome of Contracts. Also, is everybody taking Tome of Contracts? It looks like actually only Draco had and us. Right? Yeah, I'm surprised they're not taking Tome of Contracts. I mean, I guess with if you go full egg, it makes sense. But I think with Slay, you definitely would want it, right? Because what did their... So Lyra got... Yeah, I guess Lyra didn't get too many Slays. They're at 40. I don't know what we ended up with. Yeah, 97. So, like, we were slaying pretty well, even though it was the delayed path in. And Draco didn't have the... And Bestie, BX Style didn't have it either. The Slay path. So only me and Lyra Kell took it. Soldier of Fortune. This player did go... It looks like they made it to Seraph but died. So they're the only one I think I saw take Soldier of Fortune. I'd be curious how that... I don't like it here because I'm looking at their deck and I'm seeing like Spear Steward still in the deck and Shields... maybe Shield Steward isn't bad if you can play it out, but you know, even just the fact that there's a Spear Steward, it's like, well, that thing's not really guaranteed to really do much if it's hitting a Spear Steward, right? But I suppose beyond, maybe you could also argue just having any unit for it to hit would be positive, which is technically true. So like double stack is kind of interesting though, because it only double stacks the armor and the avarice. I guess you're investing quite a lot into it, but that would certainly earn you a lot of gold. So I don't know. I still think I like trying to make sure it hits like a Greed Dragon or something though. But I suppose this works. With the gravity. Make it rain. Smelted Treasure. I am surprised people are taking Smelted Treasure. I do like this card when it in some runs, but not when I already have the Phase Blessing and it's already able to pop off, right? Though I guess this player didn't take the Phase Blessing, huh? Right, because they have the gravity. I mean, I can't hate the gravity choice. It's, you know, I think you have to know that you're doing some overstack for it to be worth it, though. I feel like if you're only taking it for, like, hitting the enemy, it's probably not better than a Phase Blessing. So I think it really just depends on what the intent of the card was. I do prefer the Phase Blessing, though, because both Gravity and Phase Blessing are speculative at that point, and I think it's just thinking what's more likely to do something valuable for me on the run. Probably the Phase Blessing, I feel, is, but that's just a minor qualm. Anyway, though, thanks for that submission. I feel like I was going to do something in the logbook at the end here. What we got? Was it? I was talking about something. Oh, right, the Luna units. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I believe it was Lunar Priestess that got switched for it. They both kind of have the same problem. They're both kind of like they need to be priority draw to really be useful, but I suppose I wouldn't mind switching them back. Aurora Reaver is so much more enticing to get than Lunar Priestess, in my opinion. There's just when it's a banner unit. The only problem there is like Lunar Priestess doesn't really. I guarantee you guys wouldn't really be taking that card if it was not a banner unit. Like it just is like so slow to be a non-banner unit, right? That's the problem with a lot of these cards, right? That's why I really like Moon Pixie. Moon Pixie doesn't need a bunch of turns resolving or cycling to find value. It simply just comes down on the floor and provides its value immediately. And usually it's providing more value than those cards even would over the course of a whole fight. So there's a bit of it, it's just plain overtuned compared to them, but and just the concept of it is just better. Having front-loaded conduit is almost always going to be better than having to wait for it. So, but I don't know, I would definitely be open to just switching Weaver and Priestess, or it's tough, right? You could maybe argue Silent Sentinel. It's a unit that doesn't need to be priority draw to be useful. It obviously would be a lot less useful if it wasn't a banner unit. That's just gonna always be true of any of these, but it's more. I think of it. I have to think about it sometimes along the lines of just like, Aurora Reaver's basically useless in the game, I would say, at the moment. Same with Mooncaller. I mean, Mooncaller also had a moment as a banner. Honestly, I really liked it as a banner. They played around a lot with which units would be the banner and which wouldn't, and it was tough to arrive at a good ending place. And I don't think there is a one-size-fits-all best answer here, but I do wonder. The problem is, if you take Silent Sentinel out of the pool, your ring ones are even worse with Luna, because Silent Sentinel is a good card to have ring one. Also, like we said, if it's not priority draw, it's just much less enticing to take. But I feel like at least it's still takeable, like the Silent Sentinel would be compared to like an Aurora Weaver. Because again, the Silent Sentinel just does what it does the minute you plop it down. It doesn't need to be sitting there gaining value, whereas those other things, like, they have to be gaining value. And it was the same thing, by the way, with the Lazarus League. It was like there were points where these units were like Pufferflesh, for example, was a banner unit, and it was a lot of our favorite banner units, and it was kind of sad to see it move to a non-banner unit. I almost feel like and I hate to say it, I'm kind of to blame for some of them. I don't want to like take the credit for it necessarily, but I feel like I may have steered the direction wrong on a few things. Like I had suggested, I guess I would identify units that just felt useless when they're not a banner unit. And so, for example, Makeshift Golem was one that was not a banner unit. And I was like, this unit is just like, it never does anything. But if it was a banner unit, it would work, right? And it does. This is a common unit to make use of, but it was at the expense of Pufferflesh. That was the trade that specifically happened. It was like, I never suggested to make, at least I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't suggest to make Pufferflesh like not a banner, but basically that swap happened, and I don't know that it was necessarily for the betterment of fun, because now it's just like a lot of these times it's like when you swap one of the banner units out to not be a banner unit, then that card becomes useless, and that almost always ends up being the case. So it's the same thing with Puffer Flesh. It's like, you really need Puffer Flesh there from the start for it to make sense. Especially if it's gonna find its value as a graft card. But honestly, a lot of the times I wouldn't use it for the graft effect. I would just make the actual unit be good. I would just give it Large Stone and Titanite, and it would just sit there and gain a bunch of spikes, you know? And you could add eventually some heal or reanimate to it. And it was just a reasonable card too, you know. It didn't do like the super ridiculous explosive damage that is just better than spikes, right? But that also, I'm not going to say it was less prevalent, but it just was less used with how things were. But yeah, I'm getting on. I probably shouldn't even really be getting into too many specifics here, because I know it's like, I don't know, it's probably not like the best to talk about exactly how things were. Just I should be more vague in how I talk about these things, but oh well. I mean it in a good spirit. I don't mean it in like a complaining way. It's just like, it's just interesting to see the development process. Overall, it was very impressive to me, right? But it's like they have these tough decisions to make, I guess, is what it all comes down to. And a lot of times there is no perfect answer. There may be a perfect answer if you really, really work at it. I think we do arrive at a lot of perfect answers a lot of the time. For some of these, are probably not arrived at. And I think Puffer Flesh is a good example of that one. It's like, there's just not much reason to take Puffer Flesh in the current state. But, you know, they're continuing to work on the game, and obviously I can't talk about anything that's to come, but I think everybody's going to be pretty excited once it comes out. Let's put it that way. It's definitely fun. I haven't had much time to test the newer DLC coming out, but from what I've tested of it, it's really fun. So, and obviously I won't get into any specifics there, but yeah, definitely loving it. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.